You're free to go.
Who's
Have a good
sucking
day.
whose dick around here?
Hold
No,
court, ma'am.
seriously.
Another 30 days for contempt of court.
No, what's going on?
Ma'am, that is not germane.
No, I am.
Ma'am,
I just want my kids to be safe. That's all.
she has withheld the children, that she's failed to comply with the order of,
But there's reason, sir.
excuse me?
There's reason.
Okay.
Valid reason.
Okay, ma'am, you're done. So, ma'am, unfortunately, you leave me no choice, but the court will sentence you to.
All right, so buckle up because this one's wild. We've got a full-on Karen meltdown in court, and it all goes down after a heated custody battle with her ex-husband. For a while now, she's been keeping the kids from him, and even went as far as falsely accusing him of some seriously disturbing stuff. But in this recent court hearing, everything comes to a head. The tension is off the charts, and when the verdict doesn't go her way, oh boy, Karen completely loses it. The judge absolutely erupts by the end, and let's just say things don't end well for her. Yep, she gets arrested right there in the courtroom. I'm trying out a new Karen Chronicles style for these videos, so let me know what you think in the comments. Do court hearings like this blow your mind too? Alright, let's jump in and watch this courtroom chaos unfold.
Good morning to everyone. This time and place set for the show cause hearing in this matter for contempt for failure to provide parenting time. I'll let you know we're going to take some brief, testimony from the parties. I'll let everybody know that everybody will have an opportunity to speak. So don't interrupt anyone else or don't interrupt the court. You'll have an opportunity to speak your piece. So on the we do have the show cause hearing. We also have the motion for change of custody and parenting time. I'm going to address the motion first because that will be the easiest matter to get resolved. So, Mr. Kelly, you can proceed with your motion.
Your Honor, essentially, that motion is based primarily on the issues we've had ongoing in relation to compliance with the court order and my client getting parenting time. It's directly and impacts the child custody factors, and I'll name the ones that are impacted due to this withholding occurrence. The love, affection, and emotional ties existing between the parties. It looks at the emotional bond. Him being prevented from seeing his kids is preventing him to continue that emotional bond and nurture that emotional bond, which he had prior to this latest withholding that has started back on December 27th. Factor B, the capacity and disposition of the parties involved to give the child love and affection that focuses on the ability to, again, parent to foster an emotional bond in the future. He's having a hard enough time in the present, again, because she's not keeping in compliance with the court order, and he's not able to see these girls to be able to have a solid relationship and foster that relationship. The length of time they've lived in a stable, satisfactory environment, I'd submit to the court. Defendant's home is not stable, considering the allegations she's made that have been investigated by CPS twice, police twice, and both been denied. Nothing's come of it, which leads me also to the moral fitness of the parties involved, which ties into the same factor. We have to keep in mind, Your Honor, at the beginning of this case, he was charged with domestic violence in relation to her essentially going after him to get keys to his truck so she could get some pot and smoke it. As he's being arrested, she's telling him, "I want you to come home." He, of course, gets him on bond. He can't have any contact. Once the bond conditions get lifted, she's contacting him through text and saying, "Hey, let's meet you and the girls get together and we can go to the zoo, we can go to a park."
Okay, Mr. Kelly, how does this relate to your motion?
It's related to, Your Honor, again, the moral fitness involved, as well as the stable, satisfactory environment, in that she's accusing him of sex with girls. But before all this, she's wanting him to come home.
I had to bleep that word out, for obvious reasons, because YouTube isn't too fond of the essay word. But honestly, this is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to false accusations. Now, I'm not saying the guy is definitely innocent, only the court can decide that, and we'll see how it plays out in just a bit. But situations like this really frustrate me. It makes it so much harder for real victims to be believed when we have people like this, straight up Karens, throwing around serious accusations like it's nothing, It's honestly infuriating, especially for people who've actually gone through that kind of trauma. And the fact that his ex-wife is accusing him of doing something that horrifying to a child, that's beyond wild. If she's lying, man, I truly feel for this guy. That's the kind of reputation that's nearly impossible to recover from, even if you're proven innocent.
She's wanting a relationship with him. She's wanting her family essentially reunified. Those two things don't jive together, Your Honor. And I would think that essentially it's a fabrication, which would go again to the moral fitness and also to the mental and physical health of the parties, Your Honor. You're making these allegations, these terrible allegations, but on the other hand, you're still wanting the same guy who's supposedly doing this stuff to come into your house. Finally, Your Honor, the unwillingness and ability to facilitate and encourage a relationship. Again, this is the fourth motion we're here this morning on, Your Honor, for him to see his girls. She doesn't follow your court orders. She withholds them for no valid reason. And she's clearly shown she's not gonna facilitate a relationship between him and his kids. I think that's more than enough that gets us over the threshold of a change in circumstance or proper cause, because these things are having a significant impact on these girls' lives in terms of having a relationship with their mother. So we would request, as part of our relief, that you set this matter for an evidentiary hearing. We're also requesting during the interim that my client get temporary parenting time starting today, and that he continue to have them until the evidentiary hearing. That mom's parenting time be supervised at her expense, because she's clearly shown an unwillingness to follow your rulings or to comply with your court orders. I think if you don't do that, she's going to take these kids and run, and we're going to be in a bigger mess than we are today.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Couch, if you wish to speak to the motion.
I had some statements, but it's just what I had submitted to the court.
Okay, go ahead, tell me, and then
Okay, would you like me to stand?
whatever you wish. If it's more comfortable sitting, go ahead, but speak up a little. So we can-
Okay, I said that his first statement was true, but the second statement that he said was false. I said I previously tried to change parenting time because of the videos the plaintiff had been watching. It was reported to Penfield's police department because plaintiff was previously residing in Penfield. I spoke to their sheriff where we looked at the videos together, and he told me that he would be conducting a search and not to address the matter to the plaintiff because he would need time to get 2 search warrants, and the investigation was never done.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. The second I heard this, Karen say the police didn't believe her story, which was clearly made up for who knows what reason, I knew exactly what kind of mess we were dealing with. You could totally tell she rehearsed this whole thing like a bad monologue. Probably stood in front of the mirror, bullet pointing every fake accusation like, number 1, he did this, number 15, he did that. All with zero actual evidence. It's wild. And the craziest part? She's literally staring down possible jail time, and she still isn't bringing any real facts to court. Like, what are you doing? Let me know in the comments. Are you buying this Karen sob story? Because I'm definitely not.
The fourth statement is false. CPS is not taking the proper steps to ensure the minor children's safety, and I did mention police involvement in the last hearing as well. The fifth statement is also false. Errors were made by the plaintiff's attorney. The sixth statement is also false. There is supposed to be a pending CPS case, and I was never told otherwise. CPS and I have spoken on numerous occasions and decided that the best course of action was therapy, which the minor children are attending at Summit Point. I do have proof of all of that as well. 7, that's also false. I was never told that they were declining to investigate the police. Number 8, it's false. In early 2024, my mom threatened to call CPS on me because of the children's odd behavior, requesting that I get them checked by the doctor. I had the doctor examine them at their 2-year checkup, and almost 2 months later, the plaintiff was arrested for domestic violence. I originally withheld the kids because of the plaintiff's sexual preference for diapers and enemas, knowing that the plaintiff was not mentally stable enough for unsupervised visitation. The 9th statement is true. The 11th statement is false. The 12th, I'm unsure of the plaintiff's employment, but the plaintiff has stopped paying child support, and I still stay at home with my children. Number 13, I have lived at the residence that the FOC has on file since December 10th, 2024. The 14th, statement, I'm unsure of the plaintiff's relationship status. I have friends and family in Michigan, and I lived in Indiana until I was 18, and most of my family resides there. Number 15, I would like the court to consider changing the current custody orders and issue no further contact between the minor children and the plaintiff. Plaintiff should be held accountable for his actions regardless of stature or representation. That's all.
Okay, thank you. I don't need anything else, Mr. Kelly. What the court will do in this matter is the court has read the pleadings, obviously is well aware of the file in this case. The court does believe that the plaintiff has met the VARCA threshold of proper cause, change of circumstances sufficient for an evidentiary hearing. So the court will schedule an evidentiary hearing in this matter. Mr. Kelly, you can proceed with your show cause hearing. Do you wish to take testimony from your client? Okay, Mr. Connolly, if you step forward, we'll have you sworn in and then we'll take some testimony. And I say brief testimony, I don't need to get into.
Sure, we'll keep it straight and to the point here. Have you been getting your parenting time?
No,
Why not?
but she is refusing to let me see them.
Have you attempted to get your children from this couch?
Yes,
Have you called the police for their assistance?
yes.
What happened when the police got involved?
That she slammed the door in their face, denies them, and just tells them no.
Have you filed motions with the court to get parenting time?
Yes,
Has the court awarded you make up parenting time?
yes,
Most recently, did the court award you parenting time in January of this year?
yes,
Did you attempt to go pick the children up for that make up parenting time?
yes.
What happened?
She refused to give them to me again.
And I honestly feel so bad for this guy. His entire life, his career, his reputation is being torn apart, and on top of that, he hasn't seen his kids in months. I don't even know the last time he was able to spend time with them, and that's just heartbreaking. You can hear it in his voice. He's exhausted, completely drained from constantly having to defend himself against this toxic Karen who seems more focused on ruining his life than anything else. At this point, it's not even about justice. It's just pure revenge. I really, really hope the judge can see through all the drama and finally step in to help this man rebuild his life. He deserves at least that much after everything he's been put through.